right, so next we'll be looking at rule 8 on still a question tag.
Hold on a bit. The complete series of classes, right, as far as your syllabus is concerned regarding your JAMB and WAEC, everything has been covered in details for you in the LearnLift app. And guess what? The sweet part is that you have access to your CBT, right? You have access to your video lessons, you have access to your notes, you have access to your past questions. Everything from the beginning to the end is directly in the LearnLift app for you. So all you have to do is just mark down to Play Store or App Store and download the LearnLift app where you follow all your classes from the beginning to the end. A quick one before we move. Let's get back to class. Enjoy.
So rule 8 states, for statements starting with let's, use shall we. For statements starting with let's, use shall we. So let's is basically calling on the next person to join the so. Do you understand? So for statements starting with let's, use shall we. And that's why we are having we here in the first place, because you're inviting someone to join you and you no longer become one, you now become many. That's why we're using we, right? To signify that they are more than one person. All right, so when a statement begins with let's, the tag is typically shall we. Typically, meaning that this is the rule. There's no back and forth. There's no modification whatsoever. It's the rule, no exception. Let's, shall we. Just like other previous rules that we've treated, right? So when the statement begins with let's, the tag is typically shall we. Simple and short. Let's, shall we. Aren't, remember? Yep, exactly. So let's is in the statement. The question tag should carry shall we. That's one rule over easy. Let's look at some example.
So when it comes to creating an account, right? This is the interface of the app that you can see. You can see create account and you can also see login. Now, what you do is this: as a new user, you don't have an account yet, so you don't need to go and log in. You go and create an account as a new user. Click on that create account button. Once you click on it, the next thing is put your phone number. Place in your phone number. You can see +234. Then put your phone number, whatever your phone number is. If you don't have phone, you can use your mommy's phone number and put it there, right? Or your daddy's phone number. Use it, and then you can proceed and create the account. So let's go. So once you create the account, you are putting your phone number. What happened? Put your name, your correct phone number, please. Put your name. If your name is John, what do you fill in there? John. And then your last name, Frank. Fill in John Frank. And what's your email address? Okay, if your email address is johnfrank3@gmail.com, you fill it there. And then your password, very important. You create your own password, 6 digits. You can use your phone number, the first 6 digits of your phone number, or the last 6 digits of your phone number. Or you can, okay, since your name is John Frank, you can say, okay, my password name is John, right? John 123. And then you go and repeat the same thing, confirm password. What will you type here? Your John what? 123. You can decide to view it to yes or, and then see whether you are doing the same thing, whether what you are doing is correct, right? All you have to do is just click the I button there and then you view it. And then come to select education. You are preparing for JAMB or WAEC. In select education, there are 4 plans there. University, that's for people that are in university. Probably 100 level, 200 level, right? Yes, their classes are also there. Secondary, for those in secondary school, primary. But for JAMB and WAEC, click WAEC JAMB Pursuit TME, right? As the select education. Select level. You are not preparing for Pursuit TME, you are preparing for JAMB and WAEC, right? Okay, click on the what JAMB and what WAEC. And then create your account. 2 seconds. Plus, you don't enter. It will load and then it will open for you. And it will tell you, welcome, John, right? Your classes are now what? Ready. What do you do? Start learning.
Example 1 says, let's dance. Shall we? Let's dance. Shall we? Let's dance. Shall we? So you're inviting someone, the next person, to dance with you. And that is why you're asking, shall we? Not let's dance, shall you? No, because you're inviting the next person to join you to do the particular thing. And once that happens, the pronoun you will now be addressing will be something that involves the next person, because you've invited the next person. So whatever you're confirming would necessarily inquire that the person is part of the activity you want to do. I don't know if you're food. So let's dance, shall we? Because you've invited the person, you want the person to dance with you. You're seeking for approval. And then that way, the confirmation in the question tag will carry the same pronoun, will correspond with the same pronoun as the one in the statement. So let's is already saying there are more than one person here. Let's, more than one person. So that's why we are using word we as a pronoun here. Alright, very easy. When let's is used in the question, in the statement, use word shall we in the question tag. Let's look at some questions. So this one to have 1990, question 98. And it states, let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of coffee. This is a statement. What should be in your question tag? Shall. Shall. So let's look at the first option. Shall we? Will we? Should we? Could we? The correct answer is option A, because it's simple. Let's is being used in the statement. All right. Let's is being used in the statement, and the corresponding tag should be what? Shall we. And I've already explained why we're using we and not shall you or shall it, because we correspond with the pronoun here. Let's say there's more than one person. We, yes, this is the proper pronoun when you're referring to more than one person. All right. So that's why A is our correct option. All right, let's look at rule 9. What does rule 9 say? Rule 9 says for statements starting with let us, use will you. For statements starting with let us, use will you. If a statement starts with let us, could be a request or a command, use will you. Can already give you an example. Let us go to school today. Will you? Will you join me to go? That is basic. Let us go to school today. Will you? Will you join me? You understand what I mean? Let us goes with will you. Let's look at this example. Let us go to the park. Will you? Will you join me to the park? So we're saying the same thing, right? All right, this is basic. So let's look at some questions. This is from WAEC 2013, question 34. And say, let us solve this problem together. Will you join me to solve this problem together? Right, that's the expo. Let us. So we are definitely looking for what? A question tag carry will you. Will they? Will we? Will I? Will you? Will you is the correct answer. So now let's interrogate why A is not the correct answer, why will we is not the correct answer, why will I is not the correct answer. Okay, let me show this on the screen. D is the correct answer because it says the rule states when let us is used in a statement, use will you in the question tag. Let us solve this problem together. Will you? So I said that the expo here is using will you in a state in form of a state a question like, will you join me in solving this problem together? It makes sense, right? So let us solve this problem together. Will you? So I'm talking to the next person, right? And the proper pronoun would be, since I'm using let us solve this problem together. Will you? No, will we? It doesn't sound correct. Will we? Does not sound correct because of us here. So this us is modifying this rule, and that's why we're using you. Us, you. Let us. Because I'm referring to the next person. Let us solve this problem together. Like me and my friend now. Let us solve this problem together. Will you? Will you join some experiment together? That's basically what I'm saying. So, if let's was standing on its own, let's, apostrophe S, like in the last rule, we'll be using what? You forgot already. We'll be using what? If let's, like learn stands, we shall be. Let's, because of the S apostrophe here, carries the corresponding tag will be what? Be. But if there's no S, if there's no S, if it is just let us, the corresponding tag should be what? Will you. Alright?
Now that you have created your account, right? For you to start learning, what do? Okay, you can see that your use of English is there, mathematics is there, biology is there, physics is there, chemistry is there. Your classes are organized, they're all there for you, right? What do? Okay, I want to start learning biology. So click on the biology, immediately you click on it, living organisms, that's chapter 1, right? Oh yes, that's strictly to your JAMB syllabus. And what happened? Let's say, for example, you want to watch your class on cell and probably cell structure, right? What happens is that you click on it. Immediately you click on it, you see all the classes will display history of cell, types of cells, cell organelles, and all of that. Okay, sir, I want to watch history of cells. You click on the history of cell immediately. Your class will start playing for you. It's easy and it will start playing for you easy and direct. And what happened? You can even choose to make it full screen. Right? Make it full screen. What happens? You are started learning and you are enjoying your classes. In fact, you may choose to say, okay, I want to download my classes. In fact, you can fast forward, you can take it backwards, you can pause, you can rewind, anyone you want to do. You can even say, oh, sir, I want to download my classes, right? Probably you use Nights Up just to click on download buttons. When you click on download button, you see the download. Before you know what will happen, the download will start loading. As it starts loading, you can see it is moving. And then it's enter your phone. Are you getting it now? You can now go and start watching your downloaded classes. You can download as many classes as possible as you want to download. Now, you can even choose to say, okay, sir, that's the notes underneath it. It's the same thing for everything. I want to download my notes. All you have to do is click on the download for your notes. Before you know what is happening, it has entered your phone. You may choose to come to the notes, right? Under the characteristics of living things, let me open the notes and read the notes and go through the past questions. So you see, well organized and structured notes, direct to the points, focusing on your syllabus for you. There are past questions for you in abundance. You see, you have your past questions here. You can choose to say, okay, I want to zoom it in, right? And then the same thing for all subjects, and you are following. The answers are there. Number 1 answer is B. Why is the answer B? It is explained for you in details, every singular thing, and then you are following your classes. You are done with that. You come to the next, you see your notes, everything structured and organized to the core. In fact, at the end of the day, there is a blow kiss for you. You have done well. Get out, you too much. Everything is structured and organized for you in the app, right? And you can now choose to say, okay, sir, what about chemistry classes or physics classes? You can do same. Use of English, all of them, they are there. When you click on your chemistry classes, what happens? Separation of mixtures and basics. All of them are in line with your JAMB syllabus. Chemical combination, right? It just goes straight. You see, chapter 1 alone has 39 videos. 39. You sit yourself down, and you start learning. And you are following all of them one after the order. Does it make sense? Are you with me? When you want to access your download classes, all you have to do is just scroll down, right, on your home interface. Go to your access your download classes. Start now. You start. You see them, right? In fact, you may even choose to go and practice CBT, right, or past question. Let's say, for example, I go to my CBT, the one that has to do with my my biology. Then I want to take all the questions on that cell, probably your WAEC cell or the JAMB question on it, right? Just to click on it. So you see, all the questions are there. There are 40 questions there for you already. All of them on that cell. What happened? Which of the following cell inclusion can destroy other cell organelles? Probably you now say, oh, some answer is lysosome. You choose it, you go to next like that. At the end of the day, you see your answer, see your corrections. All of these things are in the LearnLift app directly for you. Are you with me? So as far as your JAMB 2025 is concerned, my dear, you don't have an excuse whatsoever to have anything less than 300. Are you with me? All your classes are available for you. All you have to do, start learning now.
Download the LearnLift app now.
That will be all for Rule 9. Let's quickly look at Rule 10. What does Rule 10 say? Rule 10 says for commands, use will you in the tag. For commands, use will you in the tag. What are commands? They are obligations, obligative statements, or statement that suggests or compel an obligation. So when giving a command, the question tag is often will you. Will you? So the statement is a command. The question tag carries word will you. Let's look at an example. Leave here immediately. Will you? Leave here immediately. Will you? Leave here immediately. Will you? Now, in Nigeria, just like how the Americans flout rules, like we saw in rule number, I think 4. So the Nigerians here, in this case, will say, will you leave here immediately? Yeah, we hear our mother say that a lot. Now, that could be your S word. Maybe in an exam situation, you want to remember what this in particular is like. Once is a command, use will you. So now, in that scenario, you will remember, maybe if this was left, if this was your question, leave here immediately. Will you will be the question that will come into your head, because will you leave here immediately is the way we say it in Nigeria as a command. Will you leave here immediately? Do you understand? So now, leave here immediately. Leave here immediately is the command. This is the command. Leave here immediately. And this is the question tag. Will you? Alright? Leave here immediately is the command. And what is the command? Use will you. Leave here immediately, will you? Exactly. Get me some water, will you? Get me some water, will you? Get me some water, will you? So this is the command. This is what? The question tag. Alright? So let's look at some questions. This is from WAEC 2018, number 25. Close the door, will you? Exactly. These ones are very easy. What is the command? Use word will you. So let's look at the option. Option A, won't you? Option B, will you? Option C, do you? Option D, don't you? Clearly and precisely and more accurately, option B is our correct answer. Close the door, will you? Exactly. Once this is a command used in the statement, use will you in the question tag. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next class. Now in the next class, we'll be treating rule 11, 12, and 13. 11, 12, and 13. That's the last 3 rules on question tag. So do well to be in the next class. Alright? Now, do well to also go through the notes, go through the CBT questions as always, and please don't forget to invite your friends. It's not good for you to be enjoying this alone. I keep telling you, do invite your friends. So I'll see you and your friend in the next class.
Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.